What are the top 10 native plants in Florida? Your natural environment is filled with flowers, trees, shrubs, and more that have grown strong and healthy without any human attention. These are Florida native plants. Starting our countdown with number 10, Elliott's aster. These lavender flowers unfurl their petals in late fall to add a pop of color when your garden needs it most. The blooms are fragrant and plentiful, attracting bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. One potential issue with Elliott's aster is that it spreads aggressively, so you'll have to cut it back regularly, unless, that is, you want to turn your whole yard into a blanket of purple blossoms. Number 9. Coral honeysuckle. Coral honeysuckle, also known as trumpet honeysuckle, is a clumping vine with showy, bright red flowers. The flowers are thin and tubular with bright yellow stamens sticking out of the ends, and they grow in clusters that hang down from the vine. Coral honeysuckle blooms throughout spring and early summer and attracts many birds and butterflies. Number 8. Firebush. Firebush is so named because from spring until winter, this shrub is covered in splashes of bright red or red-orange from many clusters of tubular flowers. While they add color to your landscape, the flowers also attract many birds and butterflies. And the shrub itself is drought-tolerant, heat-tolerant, pest-resistant, and disease-resistant. Number 7. Marsh hibiscus. Florida's native hibiscus is the marsh hibiscus, also known as swamp mallow or scarlet rose mallow. In mid to late summer, it blooms with huge, deep red flowers. Even though it naturally occurs near streams, ponds, and wetlands, the marsh hibiscus also can tolerate drier soils. As a specimen plant, it adds a colorful, tropical touch to the landscape. Number 6. Carolina jessamine. Use this clump-forming vine to cover a trellis, stone wall, or another landscape feature. The vine has dark green, spear-shaped leaves year-round and blooms with light yellow trumpet flowers in late winter to early spring. Carolina jessamine might look beautiful, but it's highly poisonous if eaten, so it may not be a great choice if you have pets. Number 5. Scarlet salvia. Scarlet salvia is a tall flower that produces a spike of bright red, tubular blooms from spring through fall. These flowers are excellent for attracting hummingbirds and butterflies. Scarlet salvia can thrive in a variety of conditions, and it's drought-tolerant. Number 4. Blazing star. Blazing star, also known as gay feather or colic root, is much beloved by pollinators such as bees and butterflies. It would do well as part of a butterfly garden. Gardeners love blazing star, too, because it's hardy and difficult to kill, and its purple bottle-brush-shaped blooms add an interesting texture to the garden. Number 3. Black-eyed Susan. Black-eyed Susans look like little daisies with bright yellow petals and a stark black center. They're a charming and classic addition to any flower garden. Even better, they can survive most harsh conditions, including drought, heat, and high salt content in the air, perfect if you live on the coast. Number 2. Azalea native species. Believe it or not, when we talk about Florida native azaleas, that does not include the extremely common white or pink azaleas that line nearly every home in north and central Florida. The azalea species you're probably most familiar with is Rhododendron indicum, which is native to Japan. Though they're less common in landscapes, Florida has a few of its own beautiful native azalea species that can set your home apart from the sea of pink and white flowers. Some examples: Piedmont azalea, variations of white to deep pink blooms that resemble the non-native azaleas, found in the Panhandle and north-central Florida. Florida flame azalea, yellow, gold, tangerine, or apricot blooms, found in areas of the Panhandle. Maybe you can mix up your landscape a little this spring with one of Florida's intriguing native azaleas. And the one you've all been waiting for, number 1. American beautyberry. American beautyberry is a delightfully colorful shrub you've definitely seen around if you live in Florida. They grow everywhere. You'll quickly recognize the beautyberry shrub for the little balls of bright purple fruits that bejewel each branch in late summer to early fall. During this season, the fruits pop brilliantly against the broad, light green leaves, attracting the eye and attracting birds to your garden.